Hello, it's Fish and Rust time. I know it's been a while. If you've been following the stream, you know I did some fish on Apple TV stuff. Uh, Super good project there. First version is in test flight. Download the test flight version, and it's all working nicely. But today's Tuesday, and Tuesday afternoons are Fish and Rust. Today will just be, I don't know. It will be. So today, and um, that's that's from down save. Yeah, you see, I'm super well prepared. So today, 2020. Oh, it's my brother's birthday. Um, Fish and this auto completion is amazing. And Rust number 28. So the last time I touched Fish and Rust was, don't let me lie, last time I did Fish and Rust was in our stream from February 26th, so it's 5 weeks, and I must admit, I have no idea what I did then. Maybe I should have watched the stream in preparation for this. Can I watch my own stream on the stream? Maybe, yeah. Maybe we can do that. So, catch up. Catch up. Basically, that's it. I just want to know where we are, and let's close the Apple TV simulator. So look, Apple TV simulator has fish logo in it, but excuse me. So all of this is working. I have no idea what this was. Do we actually want to go there? Can we do that? Will that be kind of strange Inception style? Will this? Let's make this a bit smaller so it fits actually on the screen. So this was Fish and Rust 27. Oh yeah, we did SDF for glyphs and stuff. So look, it's me. So we did some debugging, I remember. Oh, I haven't touched Rust in 4 weeks. This will be ugly. So is the stream stable? No, obviously the stream is not stable enough to do this. So we did some glyph work in the font RS. So yeah, I'll watch this offline too. Oh, and we ended up with working with the preview a bit more. I wish the scrubbing here would be more precise. So we worked with okay, let's close this. And actually there's another way we can do it. So open recent OMT. This is better. I haven't set up the work stage for the. I haven't set up everything for this stream yet, so sorry about that. This can go. I should have been better prepared, but you know, that's life. So basically, what did we do last time? Oh, we added save, load, and save for the new data format. And I'm not sure if I want to extend that again. I think there was something broken with the font height. So basically, if we do cargo run, run bin omt font, obviously it needs to recompile everything, but that's fine with me. I use that time to this is better. I just want my channel, please. Thank you. Can you just... Okay. Preview. Okay. And the input is data test dash font. Is that how it works? I have no idea what I was doing. Cool, right? Touch it, don't touch your code for 4 weeks and then, so. Panicked at attempt to app font preview line 112. Let's just dive into that. I mean, panicked at attempt to subtract with overflow. So this, so the Y offset probably was higher than the G height. So let's verify that. Wrong editor. How can that? Oh, I know what's happening because we changed the font format after so we're gonna create a new font. So create, and the create should really throw an arrow in. So border is 0. This is the maximum distance. I think we can set that safely to, I don't know, 16. The distance field scale is we could render an upscaled version. The input is fish content fonts square. The output is data test font. I should really, the size is 1024. Oh no, that's a font size. So let's make that nice 32 and see. I'm just randomly making up numbers here. Okay, so if I open data test font.png, this is kind of okay. The texture size is far too big. It's bleeding too much, so we need a bigger border. I mean, it's quite obvious because we say max distance is 16, but the border is 0. So let's make that both 8. There should be some magic in here. And then obviously the texture could be much smaller. just trying to warm up my brain here because I have no clue what we've been doing. Yes, hello? So this is much better even if it's super slow. I mean, there's a lot of space around it, so... Okay, so let's do tiny things. Tiny cleanups for warm up. And I think omit empty glyphs. So I don't want this here, actually. I want... Why? I mean, space probably needs to be treated differently. Let's see. And now if I do the preview on this, okay. Edit new font, save and load, so the Y offset is negative. So I want the GY offset output here. Yeah, no need for the cargo log. This is gonna be all over the place today. It's just, what the hell have I been doing? And that's... I mean, 27... Actually... Oh. The problem is, I believe... But that's fine, So... Draw... So... Draw buffer. Draw frame. So that is X, Y, width, and height. And obviously the height has to be positive, but this height here is positive, right? So where is G coming from? Where is G coming from? So for G in font glyphs. So let's open font. Okay, that's one of these, and that's U6. F32 for the offset is fine. F32 and height. And height is U32. What I want to do is F32H equals G dot height as F32. And then H equals H minus Y offset. And then U32H equals... Yeah, come on. What are you? What language have I been writing in? Just U32. Just be very explicit, and this is the height, right? This is H now, and I just want to make sure we're not doing anything stupid. Obviously, we need to create a new variable there. This looks better. I'm not sure why the cast used to work, but I upgraded Rust quite a few times in between. So, but all the outlines now match. So this is nice. I want to try something real quick, because let's make this bigger, because I thought we had hard-coded a font size, but maybe we fixed that already, so that should be fine. We're only going to do an hour or so today. It's just brain warm-up for getting back into this. Okay, so we fixed the hard-coded thing. I wonder why the blinking is working here. Oh, that's the baseline, and that actually expects 1024 size. So I'm just gonna font preview still has 124 hard coded for size in some places. Baseline vision renderer. And this is definitely to do later. Actually, I wonder why the escape here is so slow. But actually, I think we had it to do here, right? So, okay, add loader for new format to OMLib. That already happened. That happened off stream. So this here, this happened off stream. Let's just nope, wrong. Um, Probably easiest to just go into git log slash font 2017. Git log source shared. Where's font loading? Oh, it's in GFX. I can search forever then. So here's the commit. Git show. So basically, this is adding more data to the serializer, and basically it's here. Here's the glyph data, and that's loaded. And basically, when we try to serialize, we try if we can serialize a v2, and if not, we automatically fall back and try to serialize the old way. If we were successful, we just say, yeah, new font, nice. So, and the serialized v2 just does. Unfortunately, serializer E still eats some magic, so we just checked the last few bytes of it. Needs to be fixed, but basically here's a whole loop of serializing the data. And actually funny, there was a breakpoint in there, and the matrix. So there's a scale in here, and there's a factor of 10 in here, and I think that's figure out scaling of font, because there's something weird going on. I still remember that we kind of, oh, the network is fully gone now. I have no idea what. Stream is still good, kind of, yes, no, maybe. I have no frickin' idea what. So the network is playing ping pong again, so I hope to fix this and just upload the complete thing to YouTube. So if there are pieces missing or I talk to myself, I have no idea what's going on. It worked perfectly yesterday and I didn't change anything today, so it's I guess it's the neighbors that are back home again. So sorry about that. I'm not sure if it's worse to even keep going. This is not good. Let me check one thing real quick. Windows. I think actually it's stupid Windows playing with itself again. So maybe it's not network related at all. Yep. Okay. It's just, I mean, this Windows installation is nearly a year old, and you know what happens with Windows installations after a year. They just kind of start to disintegrate, and let's see, maybe it catches itself again. So we had the font scaling thing, and I'm in the wrong file again. And I tested the new fonts, and there was still the scaling issue. Scaling issue. So we really need to do that. Let's see. Yes. Yeah, I think this is kind of this, but still, the font previewer to use matrix for bounding boxes. So remember, the font previewer is this, and this draws the frame from. That's actually That's actually not so bad. So that part is okay. Font size ending. The font code needs to be cleaned up. I mean, you just nope. You just saw that here. I mean, here lots of commented out stuff, and the font code is all over the place. So we will do that. Then clean up the atlas. Yeah, reduce debug noise. Oh yes, please. We have this input handling where we're still not sure what we want to do. We have data currently is completely recompiled, so I want to do basically, well, let's actually start with shader. So shader right now, if we look into Fiiish, let me open Fiiish real quick. Remember we had this old school scripts, and then this is how shaders are compiled. And basically we can't just copy them in the build, and I know we can do so much better. So I think this is what we're gonna actually start with. But so this here is definitely something. And I mean, technically today is the last day we wanted to work on this. We said 3 months, but we lost a month, so I'm extending that deadline. And shader can basically rely on shader crusher, I guess. Probably. Just for verification. I mean, we do have the shader. No, we have shader crusher, so we have shader crusher that can just crush from A to B. Maybe shader crusher needs an extension that means don't crush. I mean, let's see. Oh, let us see. So that's shader crusher. And then script, this needs to do basically Lua verification. And I have no idea if there's a Lua compiler. There's Lua bindings. Are Lua. So there is a crate for that. I mean, basically, we kind of pre-check, so this seems to be pretty solid. And I mean, they're like a few 100,000 downloads, so this actually looks pretty solid. I mean, and basically we just want to load and say it doesn't crash. So this is okay. It's definitely better than just oh, this is running a Lua, is loading it into Lua, so that's kind of okay. As I said today, a bit of chaos mode, so And then these two are definitely. I mean, right now I want to get rid of all the old scripts and then do the script cleanup. I want to understand that scaling issue. So the thing is, let's open our favorite graphics tool. Yeah, let's not make it so big. So we have a window. So let's say I put a font here with a height of 64. And then I put some characters here. I'm not sure if they're okay. There are some height differences, so this should be a pretty good set, right? So that's it. And let's zoom in on that because I want to try a few things. So this, I mean, doesn't matter if it's this or this. Somewhere here is the baseline, right? This is the baseline of the font. And I would expect the font height to be this. And here you already see one of the problems. So the H goes on top of that. And then the G here goes below it. So I said it's a font of size 64. So what is 64? So is 64 from here to here? And it's obviously not. This is 47. So it's definitely not here. I mean, this. So is it this? This is 60. So is it this? So this looks pretty close. So I think the font height is actually from the highest point to the lowest point. And unfortunately, that's not really helpful. That's not helpful for us because if I do this here and do the create, I do the create here and say, okay, let's reduce the distance field stuff a tiny bit here just to reduce the noise. So 512. Okay, I don't care if it doesn't fit. Oh, open data. And I just want this PNG in here. Can you? I would have preferred it as a separate image, but for the sake of this. So this is 64 now. And if I scroll here and can I just, okay, I had bad. I want the whole bloody thing fitting in, so like this. This is not the best tool to do this, but it's getting the job done. So now let's look at the same thing here, and this, we should have used the same font probably, but in the end, what I care about is this height, right? So this height here should be 64 and it's 52. Why is this font so small? So view, zoom, fit window. And now it's a bit hard to see because they're not all in one line, and I'm gonna cheat a bit here because let's make the texture really big. Wait, we already know it takes forever to write that PNG in debug mode, so let's go to release mode. Warm-up day, warm-up day, warm-up day. So the weather out here has been crazy. Sunday it's been snowing, yesterday it was nearly 20 degrees, now it's blue sky but freezing cold. This simulation is going down the drain. I think we're pretty close to reset, so better fix this before the reset happens, right? Yeah. Same here. I know this takes forever, but the conversion will be so much faster. And I want to get rid of all these errors. Yeah, so no, this is from the other stream, so let's open data and let's just open with GIMP, and I hope it will open in a new window. Thank you. Nearly what I wanted. So where's our age? Okay, let's actually. So if I draw a bottom line here, roughly here, it's 56, and I'm pretty sure we said 64. So okay, here's what we're gonna do. We have this text here, and if I go to text mode, and sorry for making this all pretty. Can we? So this is what font is this? Sans serif. And which one? Let's see if we find a Vera. Nope. Okay, let's go classic. Times New Roman. And all my positioning lines are broken now, but I don't care. So I want to move this line here. Why can't I? So it's roughly the same. So the 64 is the top of the H here. So this is 64 from the top of the H to the bottom of the G. Well, 60-ish, but maybe there's a character that's... So this is Times New Roman. And I have no idea. md-find -name star.ttf. No? Times New Roman. I want to know where the font is. So, yes. Okay. So this is the font. So if we do the create here, and actually I have an idea. So if we use the same font that GIMP just used to render the text, it was quoted, so just a quick check. So this looks okay-ish. I mean, let's actually do the. Let's put it into a smaller texture. And this is this font here. So let's open this. Open with GIMP. And add a layer. Yeah. So let's zoom in here on our favorite character, the H, the uppercase H first. So this is the top, and this is the bottom. So this is probably not 64. I mean, this is currently 43 high. But this Times New Roman here, is this even the same font? Well, maybe the distance field hides a bit of the details, so could be, let's see, so the G here is pretty clear. Yeah, it's the same font. So this height here, from here, and snap it snapped. So let's put another snap line here and just say, okay, this is 43, and this is here is 44. So 44, and this is 43. So that's kind of okay. And can you just zoom out? Thank you. So let's measure the height of the G here. The height of the G here is in total also 43. And here it's... So it seems like what the library that we're using for the TTF rendering is using as the height seems to be correct. So the sizes of stuff are identical. I mean, we could do esoteric stuff like measure the star, and this is 27. So put the star in here. But I guess this just lines up. And this is 27. So the thing is, the number we give there is not pixels. And if I use the old font converter, and I still believe I have it, OmniFont V2, and I have no clue how to use this thing. So okay, so texture size is 1024, font height is 64, font TTF is basically this. The font texture is data test font.tga and data test font junk. So if I look at this file now and take the TGA, I mean, it's pretty close, but it's apparent that the old tool, and I'm offline again, and I'm sorry about that, but it's pretty apparent. I'll upload this. Come on. I will upload. I'm recording a video of this, so I will upload to YouTube pretty soon, I guess. So this is what the old tool generated, and I think this just might have been bloody wrong, and so maybe the new tool is so this height here is what was 44 in all the other tools, and it's 56. So I think what I did is this height here. So what I did is define the height in pixels. Well, basically, the new size code is working correctly, and the old size code is broken. Does that sound right? This is a star we just had, so yeah. So the old code generated in general bigger fonts. So if I look at the curly braces here, for example, they are 78 high. So if I set the height is the height is 64. How can I ever get 70 something? So this is still well below the 64. So there was something fishy going on in the old rendering code. I think it was using this roughly as height, as a definition of height, while it should have been the whole thing. So all fonts will be smaller now, which is kind of okay. We just need to mentally adapt. I want to do one more thing. So I'm gonna copy this here, copy it, and put a new layer here that says, yeah, this is basically old v2, and I'm gonna paste this in and just put this here, and then I'm gonna create a new layer and say new, and this is, where's my age? Oh yeah, the kids out there are having races because there's nothing else to do. So this is the new layer, and I'm just gonna paste this here and kind of manually align that on the baseline. So you see there's a massive difference here. So, and then I'm gonna do the same. Let's say I'm gonna do it for the G here, and try to manually guess where, because I don't have baseline information. So I'm just gonna drag it visually. It's probably like this. Yeah, it's at the bottom of the H. So this line here, this lower line, is the bottom line. So it's like this roughly. And then I'm gonna do the same for the new tool. And this looks a bit washed out because the distance field actually is working correctly now. So as you can clearly see, the new text is much smaller, which doesn't worry me that much. I mean, it means I'd rather fix this in the converter call. We will fix this in the converter call, and what actually GIMP. So HJG, well, space G, and then if I just copy this to the new place in the GIMP layer, it's interesting. Everybody has different ideas what font size is. I would have expected this to kind of agree at least with the new code, but if we remove the old here, and it's close, but this is close enough for me. There's still some size issues, but we have to eyeball it in the game anyway. But actually, this makes me quite happy because Because this means the scaling is actually right, but the recalc here gets a scale. And this scale here, right, it's here. It's basically the font height times 10, and I don't know where this times 10 comes from. I have no idea what's going on there. To figure out where the magic 10 comes from. Actually, did you just auto line break this? Okay. For a minute I thought, what the hell? Because basically, this height here, this height is a size with a serialized SEU in 16 from the V2 font, and if we look into the font here and say save, basically this is the size here, and the size comes from so the size here is basically the size that was passed in on the new. Well, new is probably new from OM font. So this is the size we passed in. So, and this size is what was passed in from the OMT font. And this is what the user passed in. So there's no scaling there. So if we put in a 64 here and have a if you put in a 64 here and so this is the 64 that we get. So why do we multiply by 10? Where's the I mean, what we do is I don't get it. Something this is fishy. This is fishy, and not in a good way fishy, but the stream is dropping out so much that I'm probably gonna leave it with this. I'm sorry about that. It's the world's a bit crazy and the internet is affected first. So we made good progress. Focus. We made good progress yesterday and earlier today. I'm gonna leave this as is right now. It's because it makes no sense with the stream dropping out every few minutes. We know what we want to work on. I want to get the magic factor 10 out and then move on to the so I want to figure out this scaling issue really. I want to understand this, and then we do tiny stuff, and probably fixing this might help understanding the scaling issue, because the interesting. So yeah, but enough of this today. I'm sorry about the lousy quality. I cannot do anything about the internet. I'm trying to get into rhythm again. I will do Apple TV Fiiish again tomorrow, and then Thursday afternoon, 4:30, the usual time, will be another Fish and Rust stream, and we slowly get into the mindset for this again. Hope to see you soon, and hope the quality is better next time. Sorry about that. Stay at home, stay safe.